Welcome to the Northern Premier League goal show for Saturday 19th of October. Baseford United welcomed a Stafford Rangers side on a 6-game unbeaten run in the league, having not tasted defeat since the end of August despite their lowly league position. A wayward Kane Richards shot from a good position proved just a settler as he opened the scoring at the back post on 7 minutes, converting Liam Hearn's ball across. That lead was short-lived. Bradley Grayson scoring for the third successive game since joining Stafford on loan from fellow strugglers Buxton. But Baseford would take a 2-1 lead into half-time. James Reid, the scorer, 38 minutes, crashing one into the far post. The hosts had a couple of chances to make the game safe in the second half. Hearn denied by the keeper there. Before this clever through ball brought out the best in the Stafford keeper. But they nearly surrendered the points. Stafford themselves hitting the post with a chance. Grayson with the shot. It bounced away in the right place for Baseford. And eventually they got that third goal. Liam Hearn coolly finishing from that left wing cross. 7 minutes from time. That win puts Baseford just 5 points behind leaders South Shields.
I thought we made it hard for ourselves at times, but obviously it's ended a really good week for us. Trip to Morpeth, the victories at FC United, obviously at home again today, which is what we need to do. We need to continue winning games at home and picking up as many points as we can away, like I said previously.
It was a 5-goal thriller at the Schooner Stadium as a bumper crowd of 1,019 saw Atherton Collieries take on FC United. Tom Bentham gave Coles an early lead, and they held that until the half-hour mark. Tunde Owolabi eventually getting the decisive touch after this little melee that had left Ollie Burns stranded out of his goal. A stunning strike from Mike Potts would give FC United the lead 6 minutes from half-time. Burns punch out. Look at this for a finish. Top bins from Potts. But Coles would go into half-time level at 2-2. Jordan Cover taking advantage of some hesitant defending and slotting home. We promised that one did go in. And it was even Stevens at the break. And not content with one contender for goal of the day, FC United's winner, as it proved, was another. Regan Linney striking from outside the box. There was controversy later on in the second half though. Cover had a would-be equaliser ruled out by an assistance flag on the far side. The ball apparently having gone out of play in the build-up. FC United held on to the win. That's their 4th in 6 games and lifts them up into the top 5 for the first time this season. After finally picking up their first home win of the season in midweek, Scarborough travelled to Bamber Bridge looking to register back-to-back victories for the first time this season. And they were gifted an early starter, a penalty inside 4 minutes. Michael Coulson stepped up and sent the keeper the wrong way. At the other end of the half, the hosts would level things up, a penalty for them too. There was a push in the back, in the box. Alistair Wadiker stepped up for Bamber Bridge and returned the favour, again sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Moving on into the second half, a mazy run from right back. Kian Spence attracted a lazy challenge inside the box and a second Sea Dogs penalty. But this time, Coulson couldn't convert. Danny Rochier saving the spot kick and then doing his best to keep out the rebound too. and it looked like the visitors would rue that miss until the second minute of injury time when Ryan Watson powered one home from 25 yards to the delight of the travelling fans. Having suffered their second defeat of the season in midweek, South Shields welcomed Grantham Town without an away win all season to Mariners Park. Sammy Odelusi shot wide from outside the box. Early doors for Shields. Before at the other end, Philip Turnbull headed wide from a corner. James Berrett would force another chance for the Gingerbreads. A smart stop there from an unsighted Miles Boney. And Odelusi had another chance, heading just wide from Robert Briggs's right wing cross in an action-packed opening quarter of an hour. In the 16th minute though, Shields would take the lead. Nathan Lowe playing a nice 1-2 here with Jason Gilchrist, and Lowe steered the ball into the far corner to give them the lead. A celebration there that perhaps wouldn't have pleased the groundsman. Shields could have doubled their lead. A dangerous ball in, that could have gone anywhere off the defender, the keeper claimed it. But it would be a ball in from the right by Tom Ward that wasn't dealt with by Shields. And it fell to Craig Westcar, who did brilliantly to steer that goalwards. Boney unsighted through a ruck of bodies, and that secured a 1-1 draw for Grantham, just their 4th point on the road all season.
Yeah, frustrating obviously. I would say bordering on upsetting. We fell way below our usual standards in a number of areas today. So yeah, really disappointing.
Two sides at the opposite end of the form table met in Radcliffe and Matlock Town. Danny Mitchley had a header well saved by John Stewart. And the two would go head to head again. Not long after, again, Stewart coming out on top with the save. They went round 3. Mitchley's shot saved by the legs of Stewart, but he could do nothing to stop Liam Ellis crashing on the rebound for the only goal of the game. Substitute Matthew Wolfenden should have wrapped it up late on, heading wide from Tyrese Sinclair's cross, as Radcliffe recorded their 4th win in 6 games. Aston United welcomed Gainsborough Trinity to Hurst Cross in a battle of 2 underperforming sides this season. The damage was done in a 7-minute spell either side of half-time. Luca Haven heading home the first just before the break. Early in the second half, Josh Wilson headed home at the back post for 2-0. And then Jordan Slew made the most of some sloppy defending to cut in from the left and find the corner. Gainsborough would get a goal back, a handball prompting a penalty. Ashley Worsfold stepped up and converted, but it wasn't enough for Gainsborough, who stay in the drop zone on 9 points, level with bottom side Bamber Bridge. It's been an interesting October for Buxton, who have won and lost 7-0 in recent weeks. This one was a lot calmer for them. Diego Di Girolamo's brace proving enough to earn a 2-0 win over Witton Albion and lift them out of the danger zone. The win puts Buxton on 10 points. Morpeth Town thought they had nabbed a scrappy winner at Hyde. Ben Ramsey struck after this bit of scrambling in the box off a throw-in in the final minutes of the game. But Hyde rescued a point, an acrobatic finish. Tom Pratt at the end. They remain winless in 7 games. Elsewhere, Warrington Town suffered a third home defeat of the season as they went down 2-1 at home to Stalybridge Celtic. Jonathan Ustabasi and Neil Kengney with the goals. Lancaster City are level on points with second place Baseford United after a 3-1 win at Micklehove Sports. Their goals coming from Matthew Blinkhorn, David Norris and Charlie Bailey. Here is the BetVictor Northern Premier Division table. That means South Shields lead at the top is down to 5 points, with Baseford and Lancaster 5 points clear of 4th place Warrington. Bamber Bridge slipped to the foot of the table after Buxton's win, with 3 points separating the bottom 6. Carlton Town's remarkable start to the season continued as they moved clear at the top of the BetVictor Northern Premier South East Division table. Martin Ball's 86-minute winner saw them pass Worksop Town 1-0. That's their 8th win in 11 games, and that means they're only a point short of matching their entire tally from last season. They're 3 points clear of Leek Town, who were held to a 2-2 draw in their derby with Newcastle Town. Third place Cleethorpes also dropped points, held to a 1-1 draw at Chase Town. The only team other than Carlton to win in the top half of the table was Stocksbridge Park Steels, who leaped to 5th. They won 1-0 at Spalding United. The league's top scorer Luke Mangum with the only goal in that game. Market Drayton Town picked up just their second win in 13 attempts in the league this season, winning 4-3 at Sheffield. Chris Aziamale scored a hat-trick for Drayton in that one. And there were even more goals at Loughborough Dynamo, who drew 4-4 with Sutton Coldfield Town. A seesaw battle saw the runner goals go 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4 before Max Bardsley Rowe had the final say on 78 minutes. Kidsgrove Athletic thumped Lincoln United 5-0 to register their 3rd win of the season. Ilkeston Town were held to a 2-2 draw at home to Frickley Athletic, and Wisbech Town drew 1-1 with Glossop North End. So Carlton, 3 points clear of Leek, Cleethorpes, Ilkeston and Stocksbridge Park Steels rounding off the playoff places there. Belper Town still unbeaten. Of course, they were in FA Cup action against Notts County. They're 8th, but with plenty of games in hand. At the bottom, Market Drayton's win at least gets them back within touching distance of the rest. They're on 6 points, a point adrift of Sutton Coldfield Town. Not many points separating some of those teams in that bottom half. In the BetVictor Northern Premier North West Division, Tadcaster Albion couldn't make the most of leaders Workington having a weekend off, but they did reduce the gap at the top to 4 points. Owen Evans equalised 5 minutes after Alex McQuaid's opener for a 1-1 draw at home to Ossett United. Workington's game at home to Runcorn Linnets was postponed late on Friday due to safety concerns at Borough Park. Marine are up to 3rd after they avenged their 4-1 loss at Marsk United last week with a 3-1 win at home. Craig Pritchard scored a brace to earn Marine their 6th win in 10 and send Marsk to their first defeat of the season, ending the only unbeaten record left in this division. Pontefract Collieries came from 2-0 down to beat Widnes 3-2. Ben Hodkinson had given Widnes a 2-goal lead shortly after the hour, but Pontefract hit back and won it in the 89th minute through Jake Picton. There were plenty of goals at Dunstan, who were beaten 4-3 by Trafford, who continued to rise up the table. Lewis Salmon scoring a brace for them. City of Liverpool won 1-0 for the second home game in a row. Luke Denson scoring the only goal, this time to see off Mosley. Clitheroe recorded their 3rd successive win, beating Kendal Town 2-0, while Pickering Town slumped to their 5th defeat in 6 games, going down 3-1 at Droylsden. And Brighouse Town ended a run of 3 straight defeats by beating Prescott Cables 2-0. Workington stayed top then. Tadcaster 2nd, Marine up to 3rd, Pontefract Collieries and Prescott Cables rounding off the top 5. At the bottom, Pickering Town remain at the foot of the table on 4 points. A point behind Dunstan. Kendal Town and Ossett United also down there. Colne, of course, were in FA Cup action. There were 4 Northern Premier League sides still in the FA Cup over the weekend, playing their 4th qualifying round ties. for a place in the first round proper. Nantwich Town made it through. They were the only team to guarantee their place in the first round. They beat Kings Lynn Town 1-0. Troy Bourne, his first half goal enough to fire the Dabbers through. That means the league's gone one better than last season when all 4 representatives were knocked out in the 4th qualifying round. Also in the hat for the first round are Whitby Town. They drew 1-1 at home to Stourbridge and will replay on Monday night. Belper Town went down bravely against Notts County, losing 2-1. They took the lead, a smasher from Danny Gordon on 11 minutes, giving Belper the lead at Meadow Lane. 5,729 was the crowd. At least 1,500 had travelled from Belper, and a memorable day despite the defeat for them. And the 4th side were Cole, who were beaten 5-0 at Gateshead and bow out the competition. The draw is Monday evening, 7 p.m, live on BBC Two. Just 2 midweek games to keep your eye on this week. Both Monday evening. It's the 4th qualifying round replay in the FA Cup between Stourbridge and Whitby Town. And then in the Integral League Cup, first round, Brighouse Town host Stocksbridge Park Steels. There's a couple of County Cup games if you want to check the website for them. And then moving forward to Saturday, it is FA Trophy action for the Premier Division clubs as they enter the competition at this stage. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. That's full time for now.